here, it's pretty bad. Mine was up a wee bit.
As part of my Queen's archaeology course in first year, we had to undertake an excavation. This year it was to Fowler's Pottery in County Tyrone.
It was the actual place where people had been in the muck working to extract clay to make these pots, and it was just fascinating that was somebody's everyday existence. That's how they earned their bread and butter, you know. It lived up to my expectations. It was absolutely fascinating. Yes, okay, it was strenuous, but you know, it was not beyond the means of anybody.
I thought the dig was great for building experience in key skills of archaeology, from digging to the excavating and recording. There was a great variety of skills used.
You learn it all. Basically, you learn how to open a trench, how to desod an area, and how to trial down to discover what's underneath it, and how to, if you make a find, which we made plenty of finds, how to clean round it. We learned how to set out a site. We learned how to take levels. We learned how to backfill, which is backbreaking, and we learned how to prepare finds, how to process finds, how to clean finds and sort them.
The techniques that I enjoyed learning were site planning and doing the drawings.
Never dug a trench before. I didn't realise how difficult it was to dig a trench. Actually getting hands-on with paper, and not everything's electronic, and drawing trench cross-section.
I actually liked down on your hands and knees, clearing away down into a section. Also, bizarrely, I was really apprehensive about drawing because I'm rubbish at drawing. I found it very good, very interesting, very therapeutic. You get a real sense of job satisfaction whenever you have prepared a drawing of what is actually there. And more importantly, because that's maybe on a top layer and you're taking that layer off, so it'll never ever be seen again in that condition that you found it. You know, you're going to destroy it, so it's the importance of recording properly. It made sense of all the theory that we learned, sort of made sense whenever you do the sort of practical side of things.
I thought I would hate sitting and doing the troweling for hours and hours, but it's really therapeutic to just sit and do that and chat to people.
I'd read the theory, but I hadn't seen how that related in practice. You know, I've watched digs in television, but in television they don't show you the hours and hours you spend on your hands and knees clearing a section. They only show you the spectacular finds.
There were some mad things we found. I didn't expect to find shoes.
We were very fortunate because of the amount of finds that we were pulling out of the ground. I mean, from day one it was just unbelievable. I actually found a pair of socks and a welly boot.
When anyone would find a full bottle, they'd be like, I found like a bottle or whatever, and we'd all be like, oh my god, that's amazing, you did such a good job. And it's maybe not very interesting, but it was the excitement of finding something yourself.
There was spectacular finds, but not in the sense that you would pull out a huge big lump of gold. There were spectacular finds in the sense that you actually figured out what is underneath the ground, what this place was, what it looked like. It was spectacular in the sense that you were discovering things that hadn't been seen in years and years and years and nobody knew about.
Seeing people come out and have interest in the site made you feel like you weren't just in some random place. You were where people were, and their local community had an interest in what was going on.
At the end of the dig, this guy came over to me and he said this was his great grandfather's place. It was amazing that there was people they still knew about it. You know, it was still in living memory.
I'd say you've just got to throw yourself into it. Everyone's on the same boat. You might make mistakes. At the start, I was digging down the ways instead of back the ways, which I got scolded about. But if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go in and I'm going to mess up. But then everybody's there to tell you what to do. And it's not a big deal if you don't do something right. If I knew that, I wouldn't have been as nervous about it. I think I was a little bit nervous about going in and doing it.
You get a lot of direction and guidance from your tutors and the experienced archaeologists who are with you, and they keep you right the whole time.
My favourite part was when the kids came from the schools. We got to show them how to make clay pots, and then we got to decorate them. It's made me want to do it more. I want my dissertation to be on community archaeology and working with people. It made me realise that that's what I want to do.
This summer I'd love to go on an excavation even abroad, and I think having those skills in excavation even, like they're so transferable between teamwork, even time management, or just trying to be positive so you have like group happiness.
I would definitely recommend it. Go with an open mind, stick at it. Everybody's in together. It really sort of binds and bonds a class together. You know, when you're in that, you really get to know everybody and you have a good laugh. Everybody is very helpful, and if you've any problems, you just say, and you know, if you've any questions, you can get them answered.